Hey everybody! Welcome to the. Oh, I need my music. Where's my music?
Yeah, where's the music? Where's the intro? You're being so rusty. We're gonna get this right, guys. We're gonna get it right.
Here comes the beat. I'm about to drop the beat. Hey everybody! Welcome to the YouTube Lead Gen Show, hosted by Kristina Smallhorn and myself, Malcolm Lawson. Kristina and I have generated hundreds of thousands of subscribers, tens of millions of views. Most importantly, hundreds of thousands of dollars in commissions from leads we generated off our real estate YouTube. Today, we mastermind about how to use YouTube in your real estate business.
I think your music's too loud.
Oh, yeah.
I think your music's like drowning us out.
Oh, how's my podcast voice?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, welcome to the YouTube Lead Gen
YouTube Mastermind Lead Gen. YouTube Lead Gen Mastermind.
It's a mouthful, man. We gotta shorten that down. It's always been too long. But we do have the most fantastic group of real estate agents, people that are genuinely interested in building a business using YouTube. Man, like I have seen so many groups, so many, and none of them are as cool as our group.
Absolutely. This is pretty much a celebratory live stream, right? We just passed 15,000 members in the group.
Yeah.
And we kick a boatload of people out of the group, right?
Yeah.
we got to.
From the beginning, we did that. From the beginning, nobody's selling nothing.
We've got we're really strict in the group. Got a couple of great moderators, and like we got no nonsense, no bots, no posting your videos in there. So we kick a lot of people out, yet we still have a really healthy culture in there, and 15,000 real estate agents. It's pretty wild. Happy to see that. So yeah, if you guys are watching, you guys have any YouTube questions, you want us to take a look at your channels, anything like that, post it down in the comments.
Put a banner at the bottom. Post your questions. We're actually live. This is really live. It isn't pre-recorded. We're really actually here. So put a little banner at the bottom and ask your questions. Joe and I did that, and we actually we've never had people asking questions in the chat before. So we just put that little banner at the bottom, and all of a sudden people were asking questions.
Yeah. Just
that simple little thing. So you just know that for when you live stream, but that's kind of like what we're talking about today. Live streaming and podcasting. That's what you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, podcasting, live streaming. Yeah, so you were saying that I saw you one of the comments in the group. You're saying that you've been taking your audio from when you do a live stream with StreamYard and uploading that as a podcast. Is that for your consumer facing stuff? Is that for your live streams that you do every week in your channel?
Yeah. So just FYI, can we take down the music? It's like really loud.
Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. I don't remember where it is anymore. There it is.
Yeah, it's in the brand at the bottom. There we go. Thank you. Because it was really loud. So yeah, I just take the I don't even know how successful it is, but I've had people reach out to me because of the podcast. But everything that I do on my live stream, I strip out that audio because I use StreamYard, third party, and it says audio file only, and then I upload it to all the podcast sites. I'm shocked how many people. What's more shocking to me is the avatar changed drastically.
That's super interesting.
Yeah, so the avatar on my live streams on YouTube is between 55 and 65. Those are the people that watch, and they're on there. I mean, I get between 200 to 900 people that show up on those live streams. But on the podcasts, it's women. It's women in millennial women that listen to it.
That's super interesting. Not what I would have expected.
Yeah.
That's
to me cool. Too. Shocking. Totally shocking.
Yeah. So I'll be honest. I know a lot of people are like, yeah, I've got a podcast. I don't put too much value in podcasts. And here's what I don't like about them is that it's really hard to make them do any kind of call to actions, like go to your website, call you, anything like that. I feel like it's not great for discovery. And so my perspective on it is to tell people, look at it as that you have a YouTube interview show and you also just kind of upload it as a podcast. Like your priority is the YouTube video and the podcast is kind of a secondary thing. Because I've seen a lot of people I got a podcast. And they upload it to YouTube. They don't do a custom thumbnail. They don't do a custom title. The video, it takes 5 minutes before they finally get to the actual content. And I was like, no, you got to flip that narrative. You optimize it for YouTube, throw it up as a podcast as a secondary thought.
Yeah, nothing's worse though. I mean, it doesn't even matter what kind of content you're making, that when somebody goes live, they go, "Hi, everybody. We're just going to wait for more people to jump on. We're going to wait for more people to jump on. Hey, Alexis. Yeah. Hi, Jeremy." And then we're just waiting for more people. Like, the people don't do that. Because if people are showing up and they've been waiting, and then you're going to tell them, well, they're not important enough to talk to or talk at, that where you want more people to listen to you before you'll ever say anything that you want to talk about. That's terrible. Just start jumping into it. Just start talking, and say hi to those people that have jumped in, that have been waiting. That always blows my mind too, is like on Sundays, I don't even make it say that it's live or show up on my channel until about an hour or two before I'm actually live. Some people schedule those things like days in advance or whatever. I don't do that. I do it a couple hours beforehand so people can be ready. And then there's like 20 people that are waiting before the live stream starts. And I'm like, wow, that blows my mind to have 20 people just waiting for me to like flap my lips.
You built up a super loyal following. That's what you've done. You've got a really loyal audience. And yeah, I'm sure a lot of them tune in every single week to watch you.
I do. I've had one guy that's been there since I had 100 subscribers. His name's Lawnmower, and he shows up every single week. And he's been to every single live stream. I mean, he's missed a few, but
right.
Like, I'm shocked. He's a moderator now for my live streams. That's a great way to build a community too. If you see somebody that's coming in every week to ask really good questions and everything, you can always make them a moderator to the channel. So that way they're kind of helping you. And what the moderator does is like gets rid of the weird, there's always people that jump on your live streams that say stupid stuff that have nothing to do with the conversation, or they're just trying to be trolling you. So, those moderators, get rid of them. And I don't allow for political discourse on my in my comment section. So like anything like that, it's one of the rules, like no political discourse. You can talk about policy, but you can't talk about like, no, you're stupid because you voted for blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Blah. I hate that garbage. I'm not going to allow for
It's just like the Facebook group. Like, we have to, if you want a positive culture, you got to like maintain that culture and in strict rules and boundaries with people. And like, no, you're out.
I want to compliment you, Malcolm Lawson.
I'll take a compliment.
Yeah. Well, I can honestly say that you have done a lot for this group, a lot. Like I started it was little tiny little group. And then you came in and you really like made it explode because you added all these different posts that people can interact with, which I didn't know anything about that. And you and I together both made it a group of just really trying to help each other out. We both have something to sell, but we're not a sales page. That's never been about that. And we never allowed for people, and you and I both agreed on this, that we were not going to allow for people to sell their garbage. I mean, as real estate agents, we get like $500 to death. Now it's like $1,000 to death of stupid crap that, doesn't do anything for our businesses. So we still to this day have stuck with that. And you've really made this group really awesome. And I love that you answer comments with video. I mean, like, really, honestly, that's great.
It's a video group, right?
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Yeah, I think like you and I in 2020, like we answered every single question, and then 2021 we're answering every single question. And I remember seeing this like inflection point where the people that we trained in 2021, they started answering people's questions. Jeremy Knight started answering people's questions. Dan Parker, all these other ones.
Vern McGovern.
Yeah. They started answering other people's questions. And then I was like, whoa, wait, we built something here that is like a creature that can live on its own without us answering all the questions at this point.
I dare say that you and I have created the best group on Facebook. I will hands down hold on to that.
They should have awards for that, shouldn't they? Yes. An award show for the best Facebook group.
Not to shoot our own horn or anything.
Yeah. And yeah, like we don't let people sell in there, and we maintain the culture, and then we provide a lot of value. And like, yeah, so we both have courses. If anybody's interested. And I feel like I was thinking about this the other day, like that is neither one of us our primary stream of income. Right? We really have courses because we want to provide value and help people out. Like that's why we have courses. That's why we have the Facebook group. That's why we answer people's questions just out of generosity, just to try to help this community out. And Yes, it's like not our mainstream of income versus other people that are like, oh, I have to sell a course. I have to get your money. I have to, this is my only thing I got going on. I don't know how to sell houses. I don't know how to make real estate or YouTube videos. I have to sell a course.
I have to tell you, the biggest BS I've seen sold to real estate agents when it comes to YouTube.
Uh-oh.
A few months ago, somebody came out to me and they were like, hey, I'm thinking about buying this package for geotagging my thumbnails. I'm like, what? And they were like, yeah, well, I was told that if I geotagged my thumbnails for my location, it would help my channel and my thumbnails rank better so I could get more Google juice. And I'm like, honest to God, that literally sounds like horse crap to me, but let me double check with, somebody that's much smarter than me on this. Cause there could be some, back end hack or something that I don't know about. So I went and talked to Daryl Eves and he literally busted out laughing. He said, if it was 2006, yeah, that would have worked. He goes, if there is a hack on Google for anything, whether it's blogging or he's like, I've done it and I've done it better than anybody else. He's like, that was a thing eons ago, over 10 years ago. That's not a thing today. So yeah, don't buy packages to geotag your thumbnails. That's horse crap.
Another one that you hear is that when you save the file, when you export the video file, that the file name should be SEO keyword. And that YouTube looks at that, like that's going to mean anything. Like the way I look at it, like YouTube is one of the most advanced algorithms in the world by Google, who makes the most advanced algorithm search engine in the world, as AI generated search at this point. Like you can't outsmart it. Like
no.
just create good content.
Yes.
Create good content. It wants good content to put in front of people. Create good content for it to put in front of people. Don't say, oh, I'm going to create bad content and then try to outsmart it.
Right.
Just, like if your video doesn't perform well, use that as feedback. Okay, what can I do to make better content? Not, oh, I need to optimize it in a certain way to get it to rank in search.
Optimization is just this. Make a really good title, make a really good thumbnail, and make really good video that engages the audience, that keeps them on the video for the length of the entire video. That's optimization. All the other stuff is just kind of like the parsley on the plate. Everything else is the meal. The rest of it is just like, it's not going to make that big of a difference. I mean, could it make a slight, tiny, little bitty difference because you named the file, maybe, but it's like, why even go through all that trouble? Like I used to spend so much time on stupid keywords because that's what I was told, it makes videos rank, and there's so much more to it. That is not the magic sauce of how to make a video get found or even go viral on YouTube. That's not it. It's really just satisfying an audience. And that's what people need to understand.
Yeah. Like your click-through rate, your audience retention is a huge factor in search. If people don't click on your video, don't watch it, it's not going to rank in search. Correct. And I mean, there's people that have videos no description, no tags whatsoever. The videos still blow up and get 1 million views and rank in search. So like you don't you focus on creating good content.
I just pick because I have those plugins already attached to my computer. So whatever vidIQ or TubeBuddy suggests, I just click those and just put them in there and call it a day. I don't spend any time on it. Like I always use real estate. I use my name. Oh, that is a tag that everybody should be doing. If you have a weird name or something that's like commonly misspelled, like Kristina with instead of a K with a CH, or there was somebody I talked to and it could have been spelled with an MC or spelled out Mac. And I'm like, just put in all the common misspellings of your name. But you should be putting your name in your content, because a lot of people that don't have their channel as their name, when you type in, because I've done this, because I'm looking for people that, they say they have a channel and I can't find them because they don't use that as their tag. So like if I put in I'm just going to say Malcolm Lawson Realtor, right? I can find you, but a lot of channels, you can't find it. Like you can't find them because they've named it, something random, and then they didn't use that as a tag. And so if someone was to look for them on YouTube, you can't find them because they never use that as a tag. So that is one tag that you should be using, is your name. Use your name 100%. As a tag.
And I would also put like your name in your description somewhere as well, right? Name and
it should be.
Yeah, contact information.
All your contact information should be in there.
Yeah.
Are you sick?
Yes, I got COVID.
Do you have it right now?
Yeah.
Oh my God! And you're doing a live stream to get me sick.
Is that how that works? Is this mic that good? The mic is that good.
How bad is this time?
I'm on day 5. I feel like I'm almost over it. I got an antibiotic, so I think that's helping out a lot. And yeah, I think I'm almost over it. All right. So
I had COVID once, and then I got that Paxlovid stuff. Man, that knocked it right out of the park.
Oh, good. Yeah, this is the second time I've had it that I know of, at least.
Yeah. Do we have any questions that came in?
We got a question. What would your advice be to a realtor who built a following in one state and moving to a new state? All right. My advice would be to start a new channel in the other state and keep that current channel, focus on that location or state, whatever that's things. If you're making local content, that is.
Yeah. I concur. I agree. Yeah. If you are doing, you wouldn't want to switch it. That's why it's better to have a channel with your name in it, instead of your location. You can always change the content, but if you name it the location, you're stuck. You're stuck.
Yeah, pretty much. And like, there's other options. There's ways you could work around this.
You can change the name.
Well, I mean, I would definitely start a new, if it's a completely new audience, which it sounds like it would be, definitely a new channel. But you could keep that channel going and get referrals for it, send them out. Kristina gets a boatload of referrals that she sends out to people all over the country. Maybe you could sell the channel. If you have like a 5,000 subscriber channel, maybe you could find a real estate agent who would pay to kind of like do some code videos with you and then kind of take over the channel. Like, you probably could. There's real estate agents.
Would sell it. You can make some good money off of that. I don't know how many subscribers you have. If you have a healthy amount of subscribers and watch time going, just inbox me. I'll let you know what your channel's worth.
Yeah, I mean, that's really interesting. So if you had a 10,000 subscriber channel just about your local area, how much would that be worth to somebody?
How many views you get in a month?
Right. Yeah.
But, I mean, like, your subscribers, like, and you know as well as I do, there's a bunch of real estate agents that bought services that are bots, they have subscribers and they have a couple videos that have, darn well it's a bunch of horse poop, right? I mean, there's those people. Or there's a group of people that actually sell channels that are like, we'll give you a channel that's 10,000 subscribers. And the only thing they did to build up that channel was they did these voiceless videos that like sped out, real estate, stuff. And they bought ads for those videos. So it made it look like the channel was really moving. So then the person buys this channel and it isn't moving at all. They're like, I put out a video, it's not doing anything. That's because all the videos that you saw on there that were getting views, they were bought because they were bought ads. They bought ads to get because there are legitimate views, but they're ads. And you need to see the analytics of those videos before you buy a channel. You have to go look in the back end because people lie. They lie like dogs.
That's a big thing a couple years ago. People building up these channels and running ads to build up channels and then trying to sell them. And again, if it's not the right subscribers, it won't work. And people look at it as like a vanity number. Like, oh, I need to have 100,000 subscribers.
Oh man, it's great to have 100,000 subscribers.
It's nice.
It's like, it feels good to get 100,000 subscribers, but the minute you get that trophy, it's like, what do you do now? You're like, oh, I got a great.
Then you're like, oh, I got 1 million so far away.
No, it's like, yeah, you want it because it feels good, but then when you get it, it's like, oh, I still got to work. It doesn't make it easier. Let me just put it this way: you still have to work just as hard to make good content that people want to watch. That does not change. You're always researching for new content. That never changes. Like, it isn't, you can't just throw out crap and it stick because, now you've made 100,000 subscribers. I thought like, once I get to 10,000 subscribers, it won't matter. I can start making the videos I really want to make and the way I want to make them. Oh, no. Nope. Nope. That's how it works.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, like you're even more pigeonholed into what you can make. Because if you got 250,000 subscribers and you want to make something completely different, like your audience is not going to like that. I feel like
if you were to do it all over today, how would you start a channel, Malcolm? How would you do it?
How would I do it? Like, I mean, well, you got to pick an audience, something that you're passionate about and that you can do for a long time. I was telling her before, I built up my real estate YouTube channel to, I think, 27,000 subscribers. I got bored with it. I got bored making content about real estate and I walked away from that channel. And like, who does that? Right. It's thousands of hours worth of work that I've put into that channel just to walk away from it because I got bored making that content.
I have like 2 TikTok channels that have over 100,000 followers on it, and I walked away from both of those.
Yeah,
but TikTok sucks. I'm sorry. Like, honestly, I still have a TikTok, but I don't do anything on it. I mean, you can get millions and millions of views. And I think the only thing that TikTok is really good for, and people will argue with me about this, but I think it's good for face recognition, like
right.
it's top of mind type of stuff. But as far as conversions, no, absolutely. I personally didn't see it. And like I said, I built up a few TikTok pages and I never got reach outs because of the TikTok.
Yeah.
Ever. It's great for selling something though. I'll tell you what it did work for. If you're doing TikTok, is that it works for if like this little house that I had built in the backyard and I was selling these little houses for that company, man, that worked. That worked for that. But just to sit there and talk about real estate information and people calling you out for you, I never got anybody from that. I sold lots of little houses. I sold a lot of those, but I didn't do crap.
I feel like some platforms are good for lead generation, like YouTube is. Some platforms are good for marketing and like just staying in front of your audience. So like the podcast thing, like I don't think anybody's going to discover you from your podcast, but if they're already in your ecosystem, they love your stuff, then they can keep in your ecosystem by listening to the podcast. And I feel like TikTok's kind of the same thing. If they already know who you are, they can follow you on TikTok, but it's really hard to convert them into buyers or convert them into leads or convert anything from them. I know people have 40, 50,000 followers on their real estate TikToks and like they get no leads from it whatsoever. But there's people with 500 subscribers who get plenty of leads on YouTube. To me, to this day, I still believe that YouTube is the best lead source to do as far as video marketing is concerned. I mean, I know lots of people that do reels. I know that there are a handful, it's a very small handful that have made an incredible name for themselves in a business through TikTok. But I'm telling you that is like one in hundreds of thousands of real estate agents making content on TikTok. Right.
I've not seen anybody have the same kind, like just basically any real estate agent can pick up a camera and do YouTube content and start getting leads. To me, it's the best way to get leads. And it's not because I sell, YouTube courses that I'm saying that. I did it from the beginning and I learned on my own. And within 6 weeks of uploading videos on YouTube, I started getting leads. And I mean, that to me was like, I'm going to keep doing YouTube. I've seen people like barely know what they're doing and you can really make a business for yourself. There's even people that just sit in their car and like talk into the camera on YouTube. Does it have the most successful turnover rate? No, but they are getting leads from that. You just can build from there. You can build from there.
So they say the harder something is to do, the less competition that you have.
Correct.
And yeah, YouTube is the best one at generating leads. It's also the hardest one. It's making a YouTube video is way harder than making a silly little TikTok or a little Instagram video where you're going ba ba ba. And it's the hardest one, but it pays off in the end because it's the best one for lead generation out of all the platforms, I think.
Yeah, I think that TikTok's a great way to start because it's so like you could literally show up like you just crawled out of bed. Like no makeup on. Nobody cares on that platform. That is not look your best platform. The more grubby and messed up you look, the better they're like, oh, I can trust this person because they're not putting on any airs. So yeah, I think it's a great place to start if you're not used to being on camera and you're scared because nobody gives a shit on there.
That's a good point. Just to get you started, get over the analysis paralysis. All right. So what makes a good content for a second home destination resort market? I've done pros and cons, town tours, multi-million-dollar home tours, neighborhood tours, market updates, lifestyle videos, etc. Everything I do is really hit or miss. Any ideas?
Because you don't know who your avatar is. You're doing spaghetti against the wall method. That's what you're doing. That's what Daryl calls it. You find something, you like that kind of works, and then you do something else and that kind of works. You're making content for everybody, but you're satisfying no one. So you need to find that one person that you're trying to connect with and make content for that specific person. Like I have my specific channel is for people that are pretty much broke, like honestly are having the hardest time finding an affordable house. So I give them the answers for them on their finding that affordable home. I give them the answers for that.
Yeah. I mean, so you say that these types of topics are hit or miss. I'd like to know which ones are the hits and make more videos like that. So if like the neighborhood tours, if that's a hit for you, make more neighborhood tours. But
don't oversaturate it. You can't you have to have a strategy with that. You got to build up a good strategy.
Figure out what your buckets of content are. And it sounds like these are all your buckets of content. And like some videos will get more views, but not necessarily generate you leads. So like a multi-million-dollar home tour, that probably will get a lot more views than a small neighborhood tour. Is it better for lead generation? I don't know. I'd say the neighborhood tour may generate better leads, but yeah, I mean, if you get hit or miss, figure out what the hits are, turn those into series, turn them into buckets of content, and make more videos like that.
You can have one bucket of your content that really just drives traffic to your channel. Like whenever I do tiny home videos, I know that they're going to drive traffic to my channel, but then they end up on the channel that actually converts. I mean, the other content that converts. So even though that may not, that type of video may not give you a lot of conversions when it comes to like sales, it's driving the traffic that you need for them to see the other content that does convert into sales.
That makes sense. So you're saying look at it like a sales funnel, and that's that top layer of sales funnel of them discovering your channel.
Your channel is a business, and you should treat it that way.
I love it. Your channel is a business. You should treat it that way. That's actually a good quote.
Thanks.
When you start a new YouTube channel, instead of using a long-lasting channel used in past for personal use, I probably would. If you're using it for personal use, you got like vacation videos and you got silly Christmas videos or something like that. If you actually have a subscribers, I would get a clean slate personally, rather than trying to repurpose a channel that had this other audience already for it. But I mean, it really kind of comes down to like and like if you've got like 5 videos and like 3 subscribers, whatever, that's not going to make a big difference. But if you had another audience on there, then yeah, you want to keep the channel about one audience.
I will say this though, YouTube gives you like, this would be the only hack that I'll ever like if there is such a thing as a hack. But whenever you're a brand new channel and you start and you understand like who your avatar is and you start putting out content for that specific person, because you're new and you have like well edited videos, well put together thumbnails and titles, they're going to push that content on that channel first before they have somebody that's had a channel for 10 years that has all these, family photos and then decided to do, real estate content. They're going to reward that brand new channel a lot more than they would. And I've actually proven this because there's, I have students that I'm like, ditch your old channel, ditch it. And so they are like, oh, because it kills them because they already got 1,000 subscribers. I'm like, start over and I promise it will be better. And it is. It works out better.
Yeah, Mr. Beast talks about this. He says this a lot, how I could start a brand new channel, completely different niche where nobody knows me, don't show my face, and I could build it to 1 million subscribers within 12 months.
I'm sure he could. I'm sure he could. Yeah.
And
it wasn't hacks. It isn't hacks. It's just that he understands and studies YouTube and he knows who he's making content for.
Yeah. And he said before, like he's helped other people create videos, and like the videos that he helps them with, explode and they explode their channels. So it really is just being like studying the craft and like knowing what you're doing and like creating good content. And I love his explanation of the algorithm. YouTube wants people to click on videos and watch them. That's the only two things you need to optimize for, to get people to click on your video and watch them. Yep. If you nail those two things, like, you're golden.
Yep. All that other stuff is just, like I said, like little pieces of parsley on your meal. It doesn't mean anything. It means that, yeah. That guy. No, that's it. That's guy. The guy. What is he? He does like salt, pepper. What is salt. That guy's name? Yeah. We just topped 100 subscribers. We're following your plan to teach 400 in the next 12 months. What's your best advice? Like, I'm going to tell you this. I know that you want the subscribers, and I know that it means a lot to you, but in the grand scheme of things, the subscribers mean nothing to you, because people are looking for a home for a period of time, a short period of time. They're like in a 3 to 6 month period. And after they've bought their home or sold their home, they're never going to watch your content ever again. Like, as much as they may love you as a person, most likely they're not going to watch your content again if you're making educational content, because they don't need that information anymore. So subscribers don't mean anything, but you want them to watch. You want them to watch a lot of stuff, a lot of it. What do you say?
Yeah. So let's say we just topped 100 subscribers. We're following your plan for teach 400 in the next 12 months. So I think she's saying she wants to get to 400 subscribers in the next 12 months. Truthfully, it's doing what you did to get to 100 subscribers. It's the same thing. Figure out your buckets of content and just keep creating content. Experiment a little bit to try to find, new buckets of content. And what got you to 100 will get you to, 1,000. And I would just say, every video you do, try to get just 1% better.
Right. Just a scotch. I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
That's great minds, Malcolm. Great minds.
So like, if you're up to 100 subscribers, let's say you've got 20 videos, your last video is going to be way better than your first video. And like, when you get to 100 videos, your 100th video should be way better than your 20th video. So keep getting better and better with your videos, and just kind of keep doing what you're doing.
Do you remember your first 100 videos, Malcolm?
I do. My first video I ever uploaded to YouTube was in 2008. A couple of my friends were wrestling, and one of them choked out the other one, and I uploaded that to YouTube in 2008 when I lived in Japan. And then in 2013 or so, I started my first YouTube channel. Yeah, I remember my first videos. Actually, they're still up there on that channel. It was like 12 years ago now.
Do you remember flip cameras? Do you remember a flip?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so there was this camera. It's called a flip, and Oprah Winfrey showed it on her show. And it was a camera that actually had a USB port in it, so you could record on this. It was about this big. It was white, and you could record all these videos, and then you just plug it into your computer, and then you could upload it to YouTube. It took hours for this to go upload. And the first one I ever did was a flip video camera, and it was of a property. It was a short sale properties. I was walking through short sale properties. The audio was awful, like the whole wind.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'd forgotten all about it. And then the people notified me to tell me, they were like, "Can you take our house off of YouTube?" I was like, I don't even remember what that account is. Like, I don't know. I don't even remember how I even uploaded it.
Wow. Yeah. So I remember in 2000, I graduated in 2003. In high school is when I got into video, and we had these little DV tapes. So they're tapes, but you plug your camera in, and then you can play the tape and record on your computer. And yeah, I was editing videos until like 2001, 2002 when I was a little high school, getting into shenanigans.
Shenanigans, not shenanigans.
Yes, shenanigans. I got into some shenanigans. All right. Are you doing shorts beneficial for us agents? My perspective on shorts has evolved over the last couple of years. One, I like now that they're in a different spot than your long form content. I like that a lot. And I have an agent educational channel. And what I like about shorts is that you can repurpose them for all the other platforms as well. And I'm actually trying to do one short a day on my educational channel. I'm kind of experimenting with that. So I'm not really sure. My perspective is, if it's providing a similar value to the same audience, I think I can roll with it. What's your perspective on shorts?
There is a right way and a wrong way to do shorts. And again, it's also understanding who is watching your channel and who you're making content for. A lot of people are just taking their shorts, they're taking their content and turning them into shorts and then throwing them up there, and like nobody's watching them, or they're only watching the shorts, and they're damaging their channel because they don't know what they're doing. And not their fault. There isn't a lot of training out there. Not only that, YouTube has done a very terrible job in educating us on what they want from us when it comes to shorts in our channels. They say they want us to do them, but they're not telling us the correct way to put them out there. They're just making us guess. I think you just really need to understand who you're making content for before you dive into shorts. And like, for instance, my demographic is much older, and they're watching television from YouTube. And that's like the amount that has changed from mobile phone to television is huge. 60% of my audience is watching it on television.
Wow, that is huge.
Huge, because they turned off the television. They don't want to watch that crap anymore. So they'd rather watch us regular people talking about real stuff, because we're not paid to do it. We're just talking, right? So that being said, if I was to put out shorts, I'd be like, what the hell is this? I already know that they're not watching shorts. I study my avatar. They're not watching shorts. They don't give two shits about them, like, honestly. But if I had a younger audience that was like really big into Instagram and Reels and TikTok, yeah, I'd be doing shorts. It makes sense. So yeah, follow your avatar. If I was to do shorts, I would have a separate channel that would be my shorts channel, because that would be appeasing a whole new audience.
Yeah, that is a strategy a lot of people have done, is do a separate channel. Of course, I remember at Vid Summit a couple years ago, people are like warning against shorts, that some people have had shorts go viral and it builds an audience that's not their target audience.
Correct.
People are subscribing from the shorts that they don't want to be subscribers, and they're not converting them from short form to long form content.
Correct. And it's really hard for a shorts channel to start going into long form. So I've seen that too, where I've seen very successful YouTubers that are just shorts only trying to make long form content, and it's not, they can get millions and millions and millions of views on their shorts, and they only get like 10,000 views on their long form. It's just too different. And these are younger people too. So we're still trying to, I think all of us, even the people at the very, very top, are trying to wade through of what really works, what the best recipe is for it. There is a strategy of how you upload it and what you use, and make sure you're using the visual effects that come from YouTube. Uploading it from your phone instead of your computer, that actually does help a little bit.
Oh, really? For shorts?
Yeah, for shorts. Yep, it does. I mean, and I'm just going by what other people say.
Right. Yeah.
This is because I'm in a big mastermind group with people that are much, much smarter and much, much bigger than my channel. And that's what they literally will edit the whole 9 yards, and then they put it in their phone, and they'll do like small edits within the YouTube app itself, like adding emojis or adding YouTube music that comes with it. And then they put it up there. That does much better than like just doing it straight from your computer.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. I mean, I've heard people say, like, if a social media platform gives you a feature, use it. Because they're trying to promote that feature.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I have an agent education channel, and I do interviews with agents, and I've been uploading clips from my interviews as shorts, and they've been doing okay. So for that audience, for real estate agents, for that value, it seems to be doing okay as shorts. And in my mind, same audience, same value. I'm careful not to make a short that's not in line with that value proposition of my channel. So far it's been okay. And yeah, I don't know if you did a local content, I don't know. Jeremy Knight does shorts, and they're working out okay for him. You just have to be cautious, just with that caution that, like, yeah, you don't want to get subscribers that will not watch your long form content.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look here. We got 2 more comments here. Is there any harm in that? Is not attraction, attention worth it, even if the majority does not convert. I'm guessing they're talking about shorts.
Yeah, I mean, I guess any attention is good attention, I guess, is how you could look at it. I mean, the thing is that we don't want to waste all this time just for people to know who we are, right? If they're not calling us and we're not getting sales from it, that's a lot of, like, that's why I gave up on TikTok. Like, I built up one TikTok, got over to 100,000 subscribers, and I'm like, this is a lot of work for nobody calling. Then I was like, maybe I'm just poo-pooing on it. Did it again. And I was like, this is, again, just not a lot of work, because you still have to put out a plan, it's still, you researching stuff. You're not like, you're really putting in the effort to make these videos. And then if your ultimate goal is to start selling sponsorships and ads and products and stuff like that, that works for TikTok. But if to sell homes and get people to call you and stuff, it just doesn't convert the same. Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, there are people that it does work for. I'm not saying that it doesn't, but there's very, very, very few in the real estate niche that it's really working for as far as TikTok is concerned.
And I got one more warning about shorts that I just thought of. So not everything that does well, if you have a video that does well on TikTok, it doesn't mean it's a good fit for it on shorts. If a video does well on Instagram, it doesn't mean it's a good fit for on shorts. Both those platforms have like their own native language and their native content, which does well. Like TikTok, the duets do really well. Don't upload a duet to Facebook or YouTube as a short. Don't do that. On TikTok, you got these dancing things where you're pointing at these little pop-ups. Don't upload that as a short to YouTube. Absolutely not. It's only some content that does well on YouTube as shorts. It's tricky. Yeah. We're still figuring out like the best practices for it.
Well, trends that work on TikTok are not going to work on Reels, because it's a trend on TikTok. It's like going into somebody else's high school. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll give you a perfect example. When I was in middle school, I lived in Plymouth, Massachusetts, and we had our own little style that was like the cool style. I remember going into the school in Texas with my shoes that I knew were the style, and like everything was in style for Massachusetts. I walked in there and I looked like a clown, because it was a completely different audience. It was a completely different algorithm. Those people didn't know what I was talking about. So it just makes you look silly, when you're uploading a TikTok to Facebook and expecting it to have the same kind of success.
Don't dress like Kristina did in middle school.
Don't
remember
do it.
that.
Oh, I have a very funny story about that one day. You want to hear about it? My sister put me in a sweater with a belt and threw me at school. She said, "It's a dress. It's a sweater dress." I got kicked out.
I'm sure you were a wild teenager.
No, I wasn't. No, really? I was terrified of my parents. Terrified. I did everything afterwards. Everything I did wrong in the world, like anything that people could say I can blackmail you for, I did with my husband. So I don't care.
I have a hard time.
The very person I got in trouble with.
He's the bad influence in that relationship. I have a hard time believing that.
No, I was a bad influence. I wanted to do everything that I wasn't watching. My mom and dad weren't watching. I went buck wild as soon as my parents weren't under, like have a thumb on me,
I love it. Yeah, it's good to go through that phase. All right, I got one more question and then I got to leave to go get my kiddo.
Okay.
I've been doing shorts where I introduce my main videos with images and clips from the main video. And then I ask the viewer to click below for a link to the main video. What do you think about that?
That's a strategy. I mean, like, you got to test it out. I can't say for certain like that is the best or the worst way to do that, because everybody's audience is different. And this is such a new part of YouTube. Even though it's been out for a couple of years, they keep switching this all about, honestly. So I'd say test it and see how it works. Watch it, and test it for a series of videos. Then don't do it in another series of videos, and then compare the two. That's what I would say.
Yeah, that's a good plan. Get like real purposeful about getting clean data about that. I mean, you said you've been doing it for a while. Like, how has it been working out? You can look at the source of views on your long form video to see if anybody's directed any views towards it. I'm not too wild about the idea, honestly, like, because essentially your long form video is going to show up and then your short form video promoting your long form video is going to show up in their subscription feed. And yeah, I'm just not too wild about that. Do they even have descriptions anymore in shorts? I think.
Yeah, they do. They're not like they have like little descriptions. They used to have like you could put like all sorts of links. They stopped all that because
Right. I know
people
the
were
links.
linking to all sorts of crazy junk.
Pretty low views on the shorts. Yeah, man, like that's so yeah. So it sounds like you're creating a short just to promote a long form video. I feel like that could actually lead to people unsubscribing from your channel. Like I wouldn't really like that if I kept seeing that pop up in my subscription feed.
Unless you're adding some kind of value in that short, you got to add some kind of value, I would say.
Yeah, like you could take valuable clips from your video and have a little 45 seconds of value and then like 2 seconds saying watch the full video here with the image of your thumbnail. Something along that, but don't make a dedicated short just to promote the video. I wouldn't do that. Yes, but they are mega hidden. I also use the vertical videos on IG. Well, that's good. Yeah, it's nice that you can repurpose them. I try to do the home buyer tips for my shorts. That's it. So one thing I was thinking about doing is just answering people's questions as shorts. Having a series where I say, hey, am I moving to Maryland video? So-and-so asks such and such, and give it like a 30-second answer, because that's providing the same value to the same audience, and it's encouraging people to comment on my videos because they may get a short video response. I've done a few of them. I need to do more of them to see how well that really works.
Remember there was YouTube stories. I mean, does anybody do those anymore? Is that a thing?
Is that even a thing anymore? I don't think I've seen those anymore.
No. Before you go though, I'm gonna put something on the screen that everybody should know. You need to show this. Show this. You see that where it says present at the bottom, that little thing where it's your face.
Oh God, my
there.
face.
Everybody should know that Malcolm has a course right here. Check it out.
And I got a beard now.
Yeah, you got a beard now, but he does have a course if you want to learn more about doing YouTube. And if you like Malcolm, and then you want to do me instead, I have a course too. Check us out. So we're here to help, but we're also here to promote. So
yeah, I think both our courses are really just to provide value, because people get lost, and like, do you want to spend 100 hours watching YouTube videos on how to, be successful at YouTube, or do you want to listen to our courses? And yeah, I think both of us provide a lot of value in the courses. There we go.
You've done great, and I appreciate you. And I'm glad that we have done this group the way we have, and it's been so great, and everybody's enjoyed it, and it's been fun. I'm glad that we're doing this again.
Yeah,
it's been a long time.
Yeah, I think it's been a year. I think Brad Armstrong was the last one we had on about a year ago. But I think
I love Brad. You know that Brad is an editor now?
Let's promote Brad. Yes.
I know. Brad has been editing some of the stuff for me on another channel I have. And he's doing great, man. He's really good at taking advice to, like, I really don't like this, but I like this. And he just fixes it. There's no you don't get any kickback,
Yeah. So I've been using Brad to upload my audio as a podcast for me, and then chop my interviews up into short form content.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
And it's super, super helpful, because I get if I do 4 interviews a month, I'll get 12, 13 reels for him for Instagram. And then some of them I put up as shorts, not all of them, but some of them I put up as YouTube shorts.
And Brad's a good deal too. I think it's like a flat rate in everything. You'll have to go check out his website.
I had a site somewhere. $600. He'll do unlimited editing for you. If you want to check him out, Brad Armstrong.
One video at a time, though.
Yeah,
one video at a time.
One video at a time. Video Husky was another service, kind of like that. He kind of has a similar model to that. All right.
Had junk work from there. I don't know if that's
I didn't hear anything about Video Husky.
I was not a big fan, just saying.
All right, everybody. Yeah, we definitely need to do more of these. Maybe we get into the habit of doing it once a week again.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
And,
I love it.
Yeah, we'll really kick off. Man, if we hit 15,000 members, can we get to 50,000 members?
In a year, maybe? Do you want to make that a goal? We should do that. We should have a contest.
Oh, like inviting people to the group or something like that?
Yeah. you get so many members in. I don't know how we figure that out.
So like my speculation about like the Facebook algorithm is that like doing live streams like this and getting lots of engagement in the group. If you do that, it's a healthy group and Facebook will push it out and promote it. So I think doing more live streams like this would be healthy for the Facebook group.
Okay.
That's my theory. Anyway.
Well, I love to talk.
I didn't know that. What? No way.
One of my favorite topics, YouTube. So
all
right, Malcolm, go pick up your kid. Thank you so much for
Thank you, Kristina. It's great seeing you.
It was great seeing you too. Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
You're doing a real estate channel again. I bet you could blow it up in no time, man.
So I'm really tempted to start doing
start from scratch.
No. Oh my God. So much work. Maybe. I'm tempted to do live streams on my old real estate channel, just like you're doing on yours. And see if that gets any traction. We'll see. We'll see.
All right, everybody. See you soon. Bye. Be good. Bye. Stay out of trouble. Don't talk to strangers. Look both ways before crossing. Don't look up when it's raining.